everyone, I'm sharing with you how to make another stylish handbag. This is super easy, trust me. The paper I'm using to make a template, and this side is 12 inches wide by 16 inches long. I'm going to fold the 16 inches in half. The fold is on my left. On the top here, I'm gonna go in an inch and a quarter. And then from an inch and a quarter, I'm gonna go down to this corner right here. This one right here, you're going to cut this out so you don't use this part. This side right here, I'm going to go in 4 inches. I go down to the bottom here, and I also mark for 4 inches. And I'm going to connect this line. And then from here, from the line that you're going down, you go into mark 4 inches. And I do this side too, 4 inches. I just want to always do everything is even. And then I connect this line right here, the mark that you mark. So connect this. So you're going to cut this out. Okay, so now you have the template center like this. Just put it back where it belongs. There you go. So then something like this. Okay. So everything in here, you're going to cut 2 interfacing and 2 main fabric. Fabric right here that I'm using, that's very beautiful. I have the purple one too. And last time I got it from Walmart for $1 a yard. My goodness, I feel like I should clean up that Walmart that day, but I didn't. So remember the straight line is facing in, and then that one is out like that. So that, and then this one right next to it is a square. All right, so then this one right here is go right on the top. This one on this side, it go right in here. And I'm going to iron this. The iron all the way up, but I use the midway, so I'm gonna turn into the medium. So everyone, after I cut this, and I have two, one from the back and one for the front. So I have make it in here back and front. You know, this is back and this is the back. Let me show you one. So I'm going to put the back away. Whatever you do in the front, you could go on to do exact the same for the back. I have this whole thing right here, just like that. This is the side of the bag. It's super, this is beautiful. You're gonna love it. Just want to make sure that you know, if you want this to be heavy, like stronger, then you can use 2 midway interfacing if you only have midway interfacing. And if you have lightweight interfacing and you want to make it stronger, then use 3 times of this. So instead of cutting 1, you cut in 3 if you have a lightweight interfacing. And if you have midway interfacing and you want to make it more sturdier, stronger, then cut 2 midway interfacing if you don't have heavyweight interfacing. I hope that helped. So I cut in here the strap that is 3 inches wide, 60 inches long. And I fold it in half. I fold it in half again and again, just like so. You're going to sew this 2 sides all the way. So I have cut in here 2 of 8 inches zipper, and I cut 8 tab, and so I'm gonna show you one and then you're going to do the other one. So you're gonna place it right at the end like this, right side facing in, and you're going to sew this, and sew 1/4 inch. When I cut the zipper, if you don't have 8-inch zipper, then you can cut it, but at the end you can sew it. Like this one right here, I cut it, and then I sew the ends together so the zipper don't slide off. See that? I sewed it here, back and forth, up and down. So you have to cut 4 for one, and then the other 4 for this one. This one is going to make for the back side. Remember, I'm making the front. Whatever I'm making it for the front, you're making it for the back. So you're going to cut 4 for each zipper. So total is a piece of 1 inch by 2 inches. 1/4 inch seam allowance, sew this side, and same of this one, sew on this, and you're going to make the other zipper too, just this one, like this. Everyone, after you sew on this too, you're gonna flap it out, and then you go on the top stitch on that, 1/4 inside stitch here, and then top stitch over here. Everyone, after I sew these 2 zippers, I'm gonna cut it after. I have 2. This is the zipper pockets, and this is 8 inches by 16 inches. I'm gonna take one, the other one for the back side. Going to fold it in half. The center. Work with dark fabric. You have to have something. Okay, and now I'm going to fold it in half. I'm gonna cut this after I place it in here because I want to know exact. So fold it like this. I'm gonna go and cut this. Remember, whatever I'm doing here, you have to do another one like this. Place it here. So then I'm going to cut that extra away. So basically you don't need that 2 inches, but you know how I am. I always have it longer than what I need. Alright, like that. And then you bring back the main piece, the square one, the one in the center and the top. Fold it and then mark the center if you want. Place it here, and so you can sew it together. And I sew this straight line. I'm using the zipper presser foot to sew that. Now after this, you're gonna go with the right side. Make sure you press this down. You can iron. If your fabric don't lie down for you, you use the iron and iron this down. You go into top stitch on this side. So after I top stitch in here, you're gonna go in the back and fold this halfway up to meet with the zipper up here. Just clip it there first, and then you go into place the right side of this facing down. You want to fold it right in the center. Sew this straight line. After I sew this, you're gonna flap this up. You're gonna press very carefully, and then you're gonna top stitch on this side. These 2 sides, you're going to add it in here so you can sew. So make sure the right side to the right side, straight line on this side. If you're confusing, check this, and so you know, right side facing the right side. And if you put it down and then you can see something like that, then you place in the right way. Quarter up and inseam allowance, you're gonna sew this straight line, and you're going to sew this straight line. So after I sew, you're going to press on the sew line or iron it. After that, you're going to top stitch both sides. Let me just fold right in the center here, right in this one, the center, the swell. I just thought about it. Or you can do it here if you don't want to do, but I'm gonna do it here. I'm gonna add the name tag for that. With the center, I just fold, and then I'm going to sew on these 2 holes, just like you sew the button. So everyone, after I make 2, this is for the front and this is for the back, 2. And let's just use one so I can trace the lining. So the lining piece, I use this fabric. All you need to do is just place it on here, and then you're going to trace exactly the same, or you can cut directly from here. Very easy. Like that. After I cut the 2 lining piece, I add some lightweight interface and in the back too. And I have 2 main fabric and 2 lining, and I cut 4 interface in the same size of this. Is 2 inches and a quarter by 10 inches long. And so I'm gonna go and place it in the main side here with this 2 piece from the main side. Taking this 2, put the linings away. I'm showing you on this side, and then you do the same to the other lining piece, the 2 pieces from the lining. All right, so for this, I'm gonna take one at a time. I fold right in the center, and then just take one. You're gonna do the other side, okay? I'm gonna fold it in half, and this is the center. I'm gonna place right here at the center we just marked. A quarter up and inseam allowance, you're gonna sew on this side. When you're done sewing this side, you're gonna flap it over to this side. You're gonna press and iron, and then you're gonna top stitch this one. Everyone, after I sew and I flap over, I top stitch on the bottom here. You're gonna place the right side to the right side, these 2 pieces, and make sure everything it meet up the line and everything. And when you're after that, you're going to sew this together. Make sure you clip it all around. I just don't need to show you how to clip it around. So on this 2 sides, you're gonna sew this down a quarter up an inseam allowance, and then on the bottom here sew this, and then sew this here a quarter up an inch. Everyone, after I sew this together, and then the bottom, now you're gonna box this, the bottom of the bag. You can press the side out too. Sew this too, so that the bottom is boxed. Everyone, after I box the corner here, I'm gonna put it there. So I'm gonna cut about 2 inches each, and I cut 2 from the strap that I already sewed the whole line here. I'm gonna cut in 2 of 2 inches each. Cut it like that. The handbag and the center, the sew line right here in the center. You're going to place one right there, one on each side. So you're gonna sew that, and then go on to this side. You're gonna sew on this side too, the second one. So place it right here, sew this and sew. I cut the fabric in here that 7 1/4 by 8 inches long, and I cut the interface in here that is 3 1/3 of an inch by 7 1/4, and I have two. I fold it in half and iron in the back side of the fabric. You have 1/4 of an inch on the top. You're going to sew 1/4 of an inch up, go to here, leave about 1.5 inches or 2. It's enough for you to inside out, and then go to here and go down 1/4 of an inch. At the fold, you don't need to do anything. You can do this to this side too. After I sew these two pieces, I'm gonna go and fold in this side. You can trim the corners a little bit if you want to, but I just at the corner to trim, or you don't really have to. And then you go into inside out, do both of them, this one too. You iron this too. You iron this, and then you top stitch on the opening space right here. Top stitch. So everyone, after I sew the top stitch in here, you go into mark. This is the center line is still there. I'm gonna go down 3.5 inches. And then I'm going to fold it in half. You can make, I said that you earlier, you can make that bigger if you want, but I just want this side. One pocket here, and then the other one in the other piece of the lining side. Sewed it, sew on the bottom and sewed it up, and you're going to do the other piece exactly the same like this. So everyone, I have sewed the pockets in here. So you're gonna, this is the lining piece, you're gonna place the right side to the right side, and so you can sew this together. On the bottom here, I would leave about 4 inches open. So sew it here, sew it here. On the side. On the side here, you're gonna sew all the way up, and you sew all the way up. After I sew them together, and at the bottom here, I sew the box, and this is the opening. I'm gonna put this away. I have cut in here 2 lining piece and 2 main fabric right here, and 2 interfacing that I iron on the main side, and this is 1.5 inch by 9.5 inches. And you see at the end, I fold each end here 1/4 of an inch, or 4 pieces, 2 linings and 2 main fabric. You're going to sew the fold here, you've sewn the fold here, or this fold you're gonna sew at the end. I also use this in here, I cut it in 12 inches zipper, and so you're going to fold the end together like this, so it look nicer when you're done. You're gonna sew this and then sew this, so the 2 ends is like that. So after I sew on the zipper here, I'm going to pull it all the way out, and I'm going to keep the zipper pull. Put that on the side. Pay attention, everyone, that's very important. So all of these I fold in 1/4 of an inch, and I sew them all. You're going to face this down. First one here, right, you see this fold under that 1/4 of an inch, place that in there, so like this. I need you to pay attention, okay? Like that. And then the second one, go the other way. The other side, remember the teeth, the right side facing up. And this is the right side. So a quarter of an inch, place the same. Now you can see one tail go this way, the other tail go that way, the teeth facing up, lining the right side facing up. Bring this over, place this eye right on top, side to side like this. Clip this in so you can sew. Right side facing down. You're going to sew. You're gonna sew the straight line. Sew the straight line. Everyone, after I sew both together, you're going to go into the right side and fold it back like this. Make sure the line meet the line on the bottom here. You iron this. Now you're going to sew from here, sew it together, go on the top here, sew all the way down, sew on the side, and on these two, sew it together. You're gonna clip it down. This is super beautiful when you're done, and easy too. With my step-by-step, you will never fail. So do this one and do this one. Everyone, after I touched it, and this is what it looked like. So I have both of them right here, and I'm bringing back the main side of the bat. I already inside out, so the right side facing out now. I'm gonna fold. If you still see the center line, then keep that. If not, I'm gonna fold from one side, that's where the sew line in the center of the bat, and where the ring here, I'm gonna hold it like this together this way. Put it down. And then you press this. Then you have the center for both sides. If you don't see this, okay? So I'm gonna go and mark the center on here and the center over here. Okay. Now open this up. There's the center, and exactly the same side. This is the center. That's how you do it, everyone. Alright, so now I'm gonna add this. To do this, I'm gonna fold it in half. Make sure line touching like that, the end touching. I don't cut, I just mark the center. If you want to cut, feel free to cut, but I just mark. Mark the center right there. Do this one too. Make sure line by line like this. You hear the sound? That's my son, he's sleeping. He came home and he went to my room watching me a little bit, and then he fell asleep. Alright, so on the side, I'm going to do this side, the side with this. You can bring this up to here if you want to, but it's up to you, okay? So we're going to face the right side to the right side. So the first one right here, right side facing the right side. As long as you facing the right side, and you pick the right one, the tail go on to the right side, and this one go to here. You see the right side facing the right side. If you do this, then you're wrong, okay? So it have to be the right side, the flower touching the flower. I have to be very clear. I'm sorry. So you're gonna make sure it's all lined up on the top here, even. The little thing, but it's very, very important. It's so crazy outside. It's rain all day. Alright, so a 1/4 up and inseam allowance, you're gonna sew this side, and then come into this side, you're gonna do the same thing. So don't worry about if you do you never make a mistake. As long as you face the right side to the right side, and you should be fine. You see the tail in this side. And now you're gonna clip it together, and then you're going to sew. So this video, I don't really show you how to sew. I just show you where to sew because it's so basic. It's just straight line. Alright, so do this everyone, sew this, and then after that we're gonna add the lining piece, and then we sew. Alright, so sew one at a time. So this one, when you're done, go into this side, go sew this 1/4 up and inseam allowance. This is it everyone, after I sew both sides here with the zipper. And if you hear noise of my son, he's snoring. So I am going to bring back the lining piece. With the lining piece, the right side here, and then the right side here. Let's tuck that inside. Make sure everything is gonna stay in and line by line and everything. And put your hand in there and then move all everything inside. Right on this side, and everything lie up on the top so you can sew. Make sure the zipper side down too. Everything have to be inside. You're gonna sew all around the top, a 1/4 up and inseam allowance. Everyone, after I sew all around the top here, down the bottom here, I'm going to take it out. So inside, out. Opening space right here, you go and pull this, put it down, you're gonna spray, press this, and then you're going to sew this. So everyone, after I sewed it here, I use Bracelet to sew this. And now I'm gonna put it back inside so I can sew the top together. Going to go and top stitch the whole line around here. Now basically that is everyone, and then with the zipper on the top here, we're going to add the zipper pull. So make sure you have those two together like this. And then I'm going to here, gonna clip another one in the center. It's nighttime and I'm sorry, I'm busy with my kid. And then at the end right here, you can cut off a little bit, but not now. So I'm gonna cut off the teeth about 1/2 inch or more. This technique, you try it, you fail, I don't know what to say. And then now I'm gonna go and put the zipper pull. So I go right into the side that I didn't cut. And then when it go down to the same side, let me just stand up, go on the same side of this. And then you hold on to this, you're gonna pull this one. the way I cut this so you can have your finger holding. When you watch other video and they're like the two end and they just like that a lie. That never work, okay? So you're gonna pull all the way down to here. And that's it. That's how you install the zipper nice and straight. So at the end right here, I cut off an extra right here. And then I cut the 2.5 inch by 2.5 inch of the fabric. I fold it in like this, about 3/4 of an inch in like this, and then you fold. You keep folding until it fits like that, and fold the two ends. Then you bring it over here on the zipper. You're gonna place right in the center, and then you fold the two ends, knit the two ends together. Then you go on to sew this. So that way that you cover the zipper. It's nice and clean looking. So you're gonna sew this triangle. I finished sewing this zipper tab. That is done. When you finish, you're gonna fold it down, and then you go into iron this so this thing is staying down for you. Look beautiful, everyone. I make this for the order, but if I make it for myself, I would do this one with the flower, and then on the side here I use different color to make adjustable strap. I have made many times, so this is the rest of the strap. So you're gonna get the buckle going to one side, and then go to the other side. And then you're gonna fold it 1/4 of an inch, and then fold it 1 inch. I'm gonna clip this. This for you to sew this, and then you're gonna this side that you just fold facing down, and then same side. I'm gonna go and add the one of this hook. Okay, so facing the hook like this, wrap it down, and then the other end of this, I'm going to add another hook, but I have to let it go through this side, go into here, and then go into the next one, the next side of the buckle. On this, and then from here you can pull it down more if you want, and then from here you add another hook, so like this, 1/4 of an inch, and then an inch. Now you're gonna sew this together. So sew this, sew this. It, I finished, everyone, and it looks so pretty. Look at that, with the zipper on the top, and then two pockets in here. You can put the whatever phone or whatever you do. I just give you an idea how to do this, but it's up to you, whatever you want to carry. There's a lot. It's so roomy and it's big. It's a good size to have it. So I'm gonna just put the box here. If you want, you can cut the cardboard to put it on here on the bottom of the bag so it can stay better. And then you can put many things in here you want to. Put the wallet in. And then the pocket in here, you can put card or anything you like to put it in there, put it in there. And then zip this. How cute this is, the zipper on the top. And then this one right here, you can put something else too, something. Put another wallet in here, close it, and then in the back here there's another zipper in the back. You can put the phone in the back you want to, just like so. So pretty. And then the strap, adjustable, you can add that on the side. And then add the on the other side. Very easy. I keep saying that. People say, you always say that. It's not. It is easy. Look at that. Look how cute it is. Roughly about 11 inches. And then side from the top, it's 11 inch and a quarter or 11 inch and a half. And on the bottom here, it's about 9 and 3/4 of an inch. And the bottom here about 4.5 inches. Look how adorable this bag is. Is that everyone? Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for the people who always support my channel by comment the video, share the video with the family and friends. And your donation mean a lot to me. Make sure you turn the bell notification on and click the like button on your way out. The like button is under the title of the video. Stay safe everyone. Love you. Take care.